Speaking of going mad, Pat Robertson is always a treasure trove of crazy. I mean, you just looking at Pat Robertson, I can't help but giggle. I'm just saying. I mean, his shoulders are so far above his head. I mean, I think he's talking out of his ass. And speaking of which, we actually have a video from him right now, and we're going to play that clip.
You wonder, maybe the best thing that ever happened to the world is for these crazies in ISIS to keep on beheading people and doing some of these extreme things. You know, I was reading, they had beheading in the Ottoman Empire, but from what I understand, in 100 years or so, there was only one beheading in all that time. And now we're having them. I mean, ISIS is just, and it's shocking Muslims. Listen, you've heard all this business about Islam being a religion of peace. Islam does not mean peace, it means submission. But here's a book, it's called Islam, a Religion of Peace or War. We'll be glad to give this to you free. You really need it. You need to see what's here, because they're quotes directly from the Quran, directly from the life of Muhammad, and directly from what is being done and what is bebeing said.
Yeah, like nobody can actually, go to the internet for this kind of shit. Wow. Yeah, those ISIS people, they're doing us a favor by chopping off people's heads. Yeah, Whoa. You know, it's not doing the world a favor. It's especially not doing them a favor, the person that's getting their head chopped off. And you don't think that the religion, your Christian religion, didn't do any chopping of their heads off? I mean, do I have to mention Paul the Baptist? Bring me his head on a platter. Does that not ring a bell, Pat? Did that not ring a bell with you? It's in your own fucking Bible. Connie, your thoughts?
Well, I looked up the word submission. What I find was really interesting was the New Testament is just replete with the word. And it seems like 9 times out of 10 it's talking about women submitting to their husbands and children submitting to their parents, but the Bible is filled with submission. You have to submit totally to God. It's I don't understand where he's getting that this is so different, and I don't know. And he's talking about how ISIS is all warmongering. The whole point of the book of Revelations is that when God comes back, when Jesus comes back, that there's going to be war, here on earth. And they're going to come down and bring the heavenly smackdown. And anybody who doesn't comply, doesn't submit, is going to be, in the end, tossed into the lake of fire. I think that sounds pretty violent to me.
Yeah, it does to me, too. We had a quick tweet come in from Dawkins Dog. He says, Pat Robertson, like Fred Phelps, with a slightly faster pulse. For now, Pat, we'll let you keep that pulse.
God.
Did you have anything else you wanted to add on that, Connie?
I'll let you guys both take over here. I may add something later, but yeah, Pat Robertson, our favorite random word generator.
Your thoughts, Paul?
Well, I thought it was interesting that he started off with, it's best if they keep best thing in the world if they keep beheading, and then he never says why.
Yeah,
he like trails off, and then he wanders off into the weeds, and then next thing it is he's shilling his free book. It's like that guy John Scherer, the PC professor or whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, I remember that guy.
Yeah, buy my product. Please try my product. Try my product. Please try my product. You sad, lonely man. Get a pet. Get a gerbil.
Torvian from the chat room says, which was better, one head or 1,000 foreskins?
Bada boom.
Bada boom.
Well, with foreskins, you could make a lampshade.
They go in the fryer really well, too. Just saying.
Never buy Gribness from a moil. It's so chewy. Ba-dum-chee, the late Robin Williams.
You must rub the lotion in. Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Or it gets the hose again.
That was for Joe.
That's for Joe.
Yeah. He's always he says that a lot.
Dawkins said for the chat room, with a severed head, you can make a lamp and howl it out. Just make sure you wear gloves. Yeah, or you can make or if you're really creative, you can make a bong out of it. Just saying, Makes, especially when the eyes glow.
Yeah, you can make a bong out of almost anything.
God.
I bet you could make a bong out of foreskins if you were really.
That's why I didn't get into doing drugs like that, because I'm terrible at carpentry. I'm just saying.
Oh dear.
But no, Pat is so far off the rails there. But you're right, Connie. He was like, "Well, Islam means submission." Well, yeah, it actually he is right on that one point, and that's something I learned not that long ago, and that's what it means. However, as Connie pointed out, the whole fucking Christian religion is submission. You have to submit to their imaginary friend. Do as I say.
Yeah.
There is an interesting thing about that, though, which is, and I've never had a Christian sufficiently explain this to me. If God is omniscient, then free will is a non-thing.
Mm-hmm.
If there is free will, then God cannot be omniscient.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, if you submit to God's will, then you're not exercising your free will. You might as well not have free will. You don't have free will because you're submitting.
All right.
If you're given free will, but you're going to be punished for exercising it, then what the hell's the point of the free will?
Oh, yeah. Head
Yeah.
blown.
So it's so it's like if in Christianity you're expected to submit, in Islam you're expected to submit. If everybody submitted, then you'd have, the Christians blowing up the Jews, or the Jews blowing up the Muslims, or whatever it is, and then you'd have one religion left and everybody's submitting, and then you'd have peace. Except it doesn't work that way because there's no God.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh, it just Pat is a special kind of crazy, and we love him here on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is comedy gold, but there is definitely a part of me that wants to force him under great hydraulic pressure through a fine metal mesh. Just mechanically separated Pat Robertson, and then just make nuggets out of it.
Pet food. Wait. I don't know. Wait. Maybe we shouldn't and do that to our poor dogs and cats. Is to subject them to Pat Robertson burger.
Yeah.
Oh.
The 700 burger.
The 700 burger. Message from Dawkins Dog. He says Pat Robertson, not to be confused as Robert Patterson, both look just like the Living Dead on screen.
Do you guys ever watch Honest Trailers?
No,
Yes. Yes.
I haven't.
Yeah, there's they did Honest Trailers for the Twilight series, and every time they showed Robert Pattinson on the screen, they called him Shovel Face. Shovel Face. Breathy girl.
I know. I actually my husband likes the movies, and so I'm sitting there and I'll be in the other room and I'm listening and going, oh, there's Kristen Stewart's on the screen again. You just hear her snorting through her nose and just breathing,
sighing
weird.
And snorting and breathing.
It's like, oh my goodness, oh, it's so true.
It's like, who's the boom guy on that set? Get him to back off her a little bit.
Yeah.